What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey man, I'm back. I done went and got my walk in this morning. Got my little exercise on. And they had to come jump in that shower and all that good stuff. And I'm back to y'all right now with STARLINE Sports because the NBA free agency is wide open today. A lot of players had to make their decisions on if they was gonna become a free agent or not, or sign they option. I'm gonna start with the Hawks. I kind of like what the Hawks did getting DeJounte Murray because he come from that Spurs organization, but I do think we had to give up too much to get him. We gave them Danilo Gallinari, which was cool. I mean, he a solid player, but he was all offense. He didn't play no defense worth a damn. So that's cool. But then we gave up 3 first-round draft picks, I think in 25, 27, and 29 or something, or 23, 25, and 27. Because you can't trade your number one draft pick in consecutive years. So I think it's 20, 23, 25, and 27. I do think that's a bit much to give up for DeJounte Murray. I'd have been cool with one, maybe 2 first-round picks and probably a second-round pick. And I think they also got a pick swap in 2024, which that's a bit much for him. Now, I would like to keep John Collins. You know what I mean? I've been hearing that they want to trade John Collins, but at the same time, who are you going to get to replace him? You know what I mean? I think DeJounte Murray is good on the long pass, and because I think he averaged like 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists or something like that last year. And he like 6'4", so he is a bigger guard, but he's not known for a whole lot of defense. I mean, he's aight on defense, but and then John Collins, he homegrown. You know what I mean? We drafted him, and he's a high flyer. He's excitement. He can do enough, but where else you gonna get them 18, 19 points a game, 8, 9 rebounds a game consistently? You know what I mean? I do think he need to develop getting his own shot, but hey man, he's solid enough for us to keep, and he's still young. I think he's 25. So hey man, let's keep the man. Let's not give him away, and then next year or 2 years from now, we see that he everything that we needed him to be. You know what I mean? We don't dealt with the growing pains, so let's see if we can reap some of the benefits. James Harden turned down his option, but he was due to make 47 million, but he turned it down. But he's actually doing it to help Philadelphia get some more players. I think they're trying to resign. Well, they're trying to sign PJ Tucker. So he did decline his option, so they would have more money to play around with, or to to invest in some more players. So for the first time, probably in his career since he left Oklahoma City, he's not playing. He's not looking selfish. He actually tried to help the team. So, I mean, he's not the first one to do it, but and then he had to look at it too. Like, he didn't have a great year last year, and then the last 2 years you've been quitting on teams. So you really you deserve to get paid. I don't think you're a max player right now. And then I think you are young enough where after this contract you should be able to get. Because I think they can only sign him for 3 years. Are they willing? They're only willing to give him a 3-year contract, but I think they can only sign him for 3 years. So he probably get anywhere from Probably about 100 to probably about 100 million for 3 years, which is cool. I think you might be worth probably about 30 million, but that 47 and 50 million, nah, hell no. Because it looked like you done lost a step. You know what I mean? Bradley Beal declined his option too, but I think he's just trying to get the max. I think if they decline their option, they can get a 5-year contract. If they don't decline the option, I think they can get 4 years added on to the year next year. So he declined his to get more money. And if I was him and I decided to stay in Washington, yeah, I'm gonna get all the money I can too. You know what I mean? Because they're not gonna win a whole lot because I think they just let go KCP and um God damn it, the other dude that came from LA, Kuzma. Yeah, they just I think Kuzma went to Sacramento, the Sacramento Kings, and they just traded um, KCP. So I don't see them winning a whole lot. So you might as well get that max money. You know what I mean? Zach Levine, he declined his option. He trying to get a max contract. Um, Jalen Brunson, they say he's going to the New York Knicks. I think they talking about he's going to get what 4 years, 110 million. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of player movement going around. I'm really ready to. Well, we knew Russ was going to opt in to get that 47 million because he's not going to get that much money nowhere else. So I understand why he opted in. And then the way they talking that if Russ don't have a good year this year, this could be his last year. And see, I think Russ is becoming like T.O. was. Like he still got a little talent, but your drama is outweighing your talent now. You know what I mean? You sure not worth 47 million. You know, even though you did have a decent season, but for you and for a person making $47 million, you got to average more than 18 points. I mean, I think it was 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Like, wow, we need that triple double, but you got to cut down on those turnovers, and you got to work on that shot. Like, I don't know what it is about when y'all get that money, y'all don't feel like y'all have to improve. Like Ben Simmons still ain't learned how to shoot a jumper. You know what I mean? That's crazy, and it's crazy. You'll shoot them in practice, but in the game, you won't shoot them in the game. Russ, your jumper's still terrible. You know what I mean? Your turnover's still terrible. You've been pretty much leading the league, you and James Harden, in turnovers since y'all been in the league. You know what I mean? So hey, you got to cut down on them turnovers, and they need to bring you off the bench. It's been proven that you cannot play well with LeBron, but if they bring you off the bench, Pimp, you come in on that second unit and turn it up, which is what you need. You got to have the ball in your hand to be any good. Not only effective, to be any good, you got to have the ball in your hand. And when LeBron out there, Pimp, LeBron the best decision maker probably in the game, maybe in history. You know what I mean? So probably if anybody can get him some competition on being the best playmaker, probably Magic. But other than that, hey man, you're not gonna take the ball out of LeBron's hands. Not for Russ. Come on now. So a couple of more people that's known that declined their option now: Patty Mills, um, PJ Tucker. I mean, it's a weak class except for the 4 or 5 at the top, but you know what I mean. It's decent enough to see a little player movement. I mean, even with the trades, you know what I mean. I think it's gonna be quite a few people that get traded this year. So I'll be excited. I'm trying to see who all making moves today. You know what I mean? Because today is the first day of free agency, so we'll know throughout the day what moves are being made, what players are changing teams and all that. So You know what I mean? I know it'll be some more coming in, so we'll do another Starline Sports tomorrow to talk about the players that have moved around and all that. So, hey man, I'm looking forward to basketball. It's getting exciting again. They getting away from all this. You need three superstars. I think they leaning back on two, and then some good role players, which keep a lot of teams even. You know what I mean? It ain't but so many superstars. It ain't but so many stars. You know what I mean? I don't want to see them all on one team. Let's see some competitive ball. You know what I mean? Well, I always wanted to beat the best. Whoever thought they were the best or whoever they considered the best, I always wanted to beat the best. I ain't never really wanted to join up with them, but that was in our era. You know what I mean? The young folks, it's a whole new way they like to play the game. So, and I do like the player movement. You know what I mean? I do like the way players are taking control of their careers, but I think y'all move a little too much. You know what I mean? Get somewhere and stay there for a while, man. Quit changing teams every 2 3 years. You know what I mean? Everybody can't develop or gel with you in a year or two. You know what I mean? Like when I was coaching kickball, I'm one of the only coaches that didn't really deal with a lot of players that jump from team to team. You know what I mean? I go out and get some players some people that ain't never played the game and teach them how to play, and come back and hey man, we stayed relevant. We stayed good. We was always one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the league. You know what I mean? No matter what team we came with. So, hey man, some of these players need to sit down and if you got somebody on the team that's better than you, hey man, play that secondary role, man. Try to get that championship. You know what I mean? You'll have time to go and get your own team and see if you can do it by yourself. But you see that people like Kyrie thought he can do it by himself, couldn't do it. KD left Golden State, want to prove to everybody that he can win a championship without Golden State. Okay, well, we're waiting to see it. You know what I mean? You teamed up with Kyrie. Hey man, that's one of the most I mean, he's most talented players, but he's not reliable. You know what I mean? You gotta have people that are reliable for you to succeed in anything. You know what I mean? Dedication. You gotta have dedication and discipline. So, in order to be a winner, you gotta have dedication and discipline, and you gotta be committed. You know what I mean? You gotta be committed, and this is a team sport. This ain't no individual sport. If you ain't playing tennis or golf, hey man, you're gonna have some teammates. Hey man, you gotta learn how to work with other people. You're not the only talented person out there. You know what I mean? So you gotta learn how to work with other people. But we'll check back in on the NBA free agency, and then the Braves. And I told you we're gonna start talking more about the Braves. The Braves done won 21 games in June. I think they tied a record. So hopefully, if they win tonight, they'll break the record. 22 games in the month of June. You know what I mean? The Braves they've been doing their thing, man. I think they within 3.5 games out of first now. They was like 10 probably about a month ago, but they like 3.5 games out of first. So they doing their thing. And like I say, man, I like the Braves, the Hawks, and the Falcons. We all got getting some new players, some young players. Well, we should be relevant for a while. You know what I mean? But we gotta stick to what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? I don't know if Nate McMillan is the coach for us on the Hawks. You know what I mean? He is a good coach, but I don't know if he's the coach for us. But if he ain't, hey man, who can we replace him with? And it need to be somebody that's better. We don't need to be taking another turn to the left and going backwards. Like we done been through enough. It's time get some good people in here. You know what I mean? I see Travis Schlink and the new GM. They doing their thing. They did, but I still think we gave up a little too much for DeJounte Murray. But we'll see. You know what I mean? But tonight we got uh, the Isha and India show. So y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight, 9:15. A couple of things we're gonna talk about: the how the abortion pill and contraceptives and all that have skyrocketed since they overturned the Roe versus Wade. We're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about the young lady that snapped on her baby daddy because he didn't bring enough food for all her kids. He only brought enough food for his child. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about those two things amongst others. But we will be back with you 9:15 tonight, and then we got the Den Friday at 9:15, and also the Man Cave Saturday at 1:30. 1:30. So look out for those. And then I got an interview I'm gonna do with one of my little cousins, man. She's working on her singing career. Shari Marie. Well, it'll be coming up. We just got to get the date together. It'll probably be the 8th, maybe the 8th, but I just got to see what time we're going to actually come on, trying to put some more talent on the scene. You know what I mean? I think it's a lost cause when it comes to talent now. Like you don't have to have a lot of talent to be discovered. So I think a lot of emphasis on talent is going out the window. But when I do see talented people, I would love to help you get where you're trying to go. You know what I mean? So y'all look out for that. My little cousin, Miss Shari Marie, we'll have her on in a couple of days, and we'll be back with y'all tonight, 9:15, with the Isha and India show. So y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Try to stay safe. Get you some exercise. Eat right. Drink your plenty of water, man. And we will see you tonight, 9:15.